Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers picks up 6 years after the events of Halloween 5, this time with even more Cult of Thorn and a baby-faced Paul Rudd. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. If you're new here, my name is Carter Scotland Allen. This is my film page where I discuss anything and everything film related. If I'm interested, I will talk about it, as well as sharing my professional filmmaking journey. But with that being said, Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, otherwise known as Halloween 6, picks up 6 years after the events of Halloween 5, finally wrapping up this bizarre new trilogy in the franchise. 6 years after Michael Myers last terrorized Haddonfield, he returns there in pursuit of his niece, Jamie Lloyd, who has escaped with her newborn child, for which Michael and a mysterious cult have sinister plans. And starting with the directing, as always, Joe Chappelle directs his second film with this installment in the franchise, and unfortunately, it is one of the worst in the series. Everything in this film is all over the place, from the dialogue to the visuals to even the costumes. Nothing about this film works for me, not even a young, wacky Paul Rudd. And speaking of Paul Rudd, we'll just move right along to the cast and the characters. This has to be the film in the franchise that I absolutely do not connect with any characters in the entirety of the film. Paul Rudd's performance is not good in this film, but I don't think I would have made it through the film without him in it. He's just so bizarre and wacky and entertaining enough that I was able to push myself to finish this film, but I was honestly 30 minutes in and was really debating on just shutting this film off. And moving along to the story, this story sees the Cult of Thorn more utilized, and you just get the explanation that Michael basically he's like a toy used by this ritual every couple years or whatever to sacrifice a boy in a bloodline to save a bunch of other people. This is not the franchise for that. It did not work for me. I know it didn't work for a lot of other people. And also, it takes a lot of the scariness and eeriness of Michael Myers away. The fact that you have this entity with no motive and you have no idea what's going on in their head, whether it's a person or whether it's paranormal. You don't know. That is much more terrifying to me than a bunch of people manipulating one person with some old curse. It just does not work. I will say the story within this whole trilogy, the Thorn trilogy, is unique and bizarre. You have to give it that. It is its own thing. It's very much its own thing. Strong, unique idea that just doesn't work for me, and that's fine. It's not my Halloween trilogy, and it is not a trilogy that I will ever watch again. I really do not think I ever need to see this trilogy again. If somebody begs me to watch it, there might be a slight chance. But again, this is not a trilogy that I had really any enjoyment watching. And moving on to the visuals, I do not have much to say about this film. I don't have much to say about the visuals for the entirety of this specific trilogy. It's kind of weird. There's not much to grasp on to visually, story-wise, character-wise. This trilogy as a whole is a mess. But I think this film looks better than Halloween 5. I do think Halloween 5 is the worst looking so far. I do think the costumes look a little bit better in this film. But other than that, I don't have really anything else to say. Okay, and the score will be very quick because I can't really remember any of it. That's not to say that it was a bad score. I just really couldn't remember any of it. That's because I wasn't too engaged with this film. It's not something that I was looking forward to with the way that I had come out of Halloween 4 and Halloween 5. So I was already not looking forward to this film. So I wasn't paying too much attention to the score. But I'll say it's better than Halloween 5. Any score in the Halloween franchise is going to be better than Halloween 5. And moving on to our final thoughts for Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, otherwise known as Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. This is one film I never need to see again, as much as I love Paul Rudd. Even my attachment to Paul Rudd as an actor is not enough for me to enjoy really any of this film. I will most definitely not be purchasing any film in the Thorn trilogy, so films 4 through 6 in the Halloween franchise I will not be adding to my collection. That tells you everything that you need to know about my thoughts on this specific trilogy. I am looking forward to covering Halloween H2O and Halloween Resurrection before the release of Halloween Ends. But with that being said, my next video is Halloween H2O. I've now covered 6 of the films in the Halloween franchise. Tomorrow's video will be Halloween H2O, the next day will be Halloween Resurrection, followed by Rob Zombie's Halloween, and then Friday we'll cap it off with Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Carter Scotland Allen. Let me know what you guys thought of Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, down in the comments below. And let me know what you guys' thoughts are going into Halloween Ends. I'm Carter Scotland Allen, and I'll see you guys in my next movie-related video. Peace.